This week's The Rahman Experience is brought to you by Al Salam Gift Shop, the gift shop that has the best selection of oils, body sprays, shea butter, and other unique items. You can find them online at masjidsalam.com, MASJIDSALAAM.com. PMP Nutrition and Supplements. It's the spot to get your body in tip-top shape for the summer and for life. PMPnutrition.com. The Jacksonville Free Press, providing quality urban news for more than 30 years. And Edward Waters College, Florida's oldest private college. Edward Waters College, preserving history, promising futures. Welcome to one of the hottest podcasts in America. It's the Rahman Experience. The Rahman Experience. It's a brand new experience, a brand new time, a brand new way to do it. And yeah, it's all mine. I'm the one telling stories you thought couldn't be told. I'm the one that bring you in when you shaking from the cold. I'm the one always out front, yeah, trying something new. I'm the one that's gonna deliver when they ask what it do. Politics, entertainment, a science for the news. Keeping you on the level with the stuff you can use. DJ Kids on the beat, and Ross got the track. It's the Rahman Experience. You know that's where it's at. Hello, everybody. It's Rahman Johnson. Welcome to this edition of the Rahman Experience, where we talk news, politics, sports, weather, whatever it is. We've done sports before, but this week something is huge in the news, and it's the Supreme Court ruling, which is some people are looking at. I've had discussions with various friends over the Supreme Court issue, but the Supreme Court narrowly issued a ruling in favor of Masterpiece Cake Shop. They refused to make a wedding cake for a same-sex couple due to the shop owner's religious beliefs. Now, a lot of people are saying that this decision by the Supreme Court means that it's going to affect so many more decisions around the country. However, what we must remember is that there is equal protection under the law, or equal justice under the law. Those are the words engraved on the outside of the Supreme Court building. Now, it says, according to the report, that the Supreme Court is not citing for discrimination. They're saying that people should have the right to practice religion as they see fit. Now, this landmark decision is probably not the last we'll hear about this case. It says that there are other constitutional questions that will come up about this, and so this is not the thing. And you may remember the Civil Rights Act of 1964 banned discrimination in public accommodation based on race, color, religion, or national origin, and that helped to move things along. In fact, back in 1968, Newman versus Piggy Park Enterprises was a Supreme Court decision, and it said that a barbecue owner's claim that religious beliefs justified discrimination against African American customers was not valid. So it's very interesting to see how the Supreme Court can reconcile those two cases, although the same members of the court then and now are completely different. So it also flies in the face of marriage equality, that 2015 Obergefell versus Hodges decision that talks marriage equality in the U.S. So I'm sure this question is far from over, but I guess the slippery slope to me is, with this being the month that LGBTQ people celebrate their Pride Month, this is the main question, and I think it's the predominant one. What happens when a doctor decides that he or she doesn't want to serve an individual who may be LGBTQ? Or what about a teacher who doesn't want to teach a student who identifies with some of those same characteristics? We end up in a slippery slope. And I think that's one of the things that attorneys and the dissenting justices don't want to see happen, is that people use these laws to say, I can discriminate and it's legal. Now, one thing's for sure, and it's said in both the dissenting opinion as well as the majority opinion, that equal rights and dignity for everybody must continue. And that's the main thing. Let's discuss it more. You can join me on Twitter at RahmanJ, also on Instagram at RahManJ. You can join me on both of those mediums, or you can reach me on Facebook, facebook.com/RahmanJFans. You can even leave a message. Remember, some of your messages may appear on the air. You guys have been really cool on leaving messages and letting me know what kind of content you want to see on the show. You can call 540-RAHMAN-7. That's 540-RAHMAN-7. Really looking forward to speak to the cast of Not in My House, a brand new stage play that'll be touring the South, doing its first performance at the Florida Theater in Jacksonville. They are coming up in just a second. But first, the news. Democrats across the country are still crunching the numbers to see if the so-called blue wave has started its motion for the 2018 midterm elections. Now, even though the final numbers aren't in yet, the Dems certainly didn't get the huge numbers they were looking for, and that voter roll snafu that left over 100,000 people in California off the rolls, well, that didn't help either. Now, since President Donald Trump took office in January 2017, Democrats have managed to flip 42 seats from red to blue in states across the country. In the last few months, there have been teacher strikes in West Virginia, Arizona, and Colorado. Now, they have worked to help provide relief and reform for teachers around the country. However, the biggest strike is yet to come, and it could be on the horizon. The Teamsters and UPS could be headed toward the largest strike of a labor union in decades. Now, the issues revolve around pay for new and existing workers. The last time UPS had a walkout was in 1997, which cost the company more than $600 million. Fashion lost an icon this week when luxury handbag designer Kate Spade was found dead in her New York apartment from an alleged suicide. Now, Spade, who is the sister-in-law of comedian David Spade, founded the Kate Spade brand with her husband, Andy, in 1993. Since then, the brand went on to become a global powerhouse, now worth more than $2 billion. She's survived by her husband and a daughter. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Kate Spade. We'll talk about mental illness and suicide and what you can do to look in on those around you. The Rahman Experience continues in just moments. We'll be right back. Mondays are just like one of those days.
Back to work already?
Now, Pie 5 Pizza Company gives you Magic Monday. Just stop in and mention Magic Monday, and for a limited time only, for just $5.55. That's right, $5.55. Get your custom handcrafted pie just the way you like it. The toppings you want, more than 40. Your favorite crust. We've got 4, including gluten-free. And your pick of savory sauce. It's all for just $5.55 at participating locations only. Fun, fresh, fast, and sprinkled with a little bit of magic. It's Pie 5. Welcome back. It is the Rahman Experience, the place where you can find out pop culture, news, information, entertainment, all of that. And today with us, it's a special show because we got a special group. Here with us is the cast of Not in My House. Yeah. What's up? How you doing, everybody? What's up? Welcome to the Experience. Please introduce yourselves.
My name is Lolita Flagg.
My name is Valencia Simpson.
And I'm Demetrius Sr., the one and only Too Sweet to Be Lonely.
Oh, gosh.
And I've had a chance to, I know Demetrius, to share the stage with you.
Yeah.
And although, Lolita, we've never shared the stage together.
Right.
We've worked together,
Right.
and you're an EWC graduate. Mm-hmm. Tell me about Not in My House. What is the show about, and how did it get started?
Not in My House is a production about real life issues, things that, sometimes may seem a little too risque to discuss, especially in the church community. It tells a story about families that are going through these different challenges and within their families, and they're trying to find ways to deal. They're trying to find ways to just cope with life. You have a mother and a father, a guy that married someone and he decided to raise a daughter as his own, and she had some little difficulties in her life.
Stuff that we experience in our families.
Our personal families, and it brings real life stories to the stage so that the audience can relate to what's actually being portrayed on stage. Their real life issues is pretty awesome.
And before we get deeper into the play, you can find information about it on Facebook, on social media. Just put in Not in My House.
You can put in Not in My House. You can go to Z Jones Productions on Facebook, and you'll be able to pull up the link to the play.
And the show is going to be on June 23rd.
June 23rd at the Florida Theater. It's at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.?
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
So y'all get there at 6:30. If you're in the Jacksonville area, I know the show
5
goes
o'clock.
over. Yeah, you know what I mean? This show is all over, but we want to make sure if you're in the Jacksonville area, a great way to get away and spend the weekend or some time. But it's at the Florida Theater.
Right.
And you said Z Jones Productions. Zarek Jones, who worked in admissions here at Edward Waters.
He worked in admissions when I was a student here.
Are you serious?
That's pretty amazing. Yeah,
wow.
Pretty amazing.
And he's a playwright.
He's a playwright. I met Zarek, like I said, when I was a student here at Edward Waters, but I actually worked with him when we did a production at Stage Aurora with Darryl Rubin Hall, and we did Reality Check at the Florida Theater.
Yeah,
That's when I kind of seen his acting chops, and I went, okay, he's pretty good. He's good. So then, I guess God gave him a vision to write and gave him a ministry, and so now he's bringing his ministry forth on stage.
I love it.
Awesome.
So I love your characters. What's your character, and what does she do? Tell me about your character and the complexity of your character.
My character is Miss Hattie. She's the mom of
my fiance James.
James. Yes. She just look overbearing. You know,
Very.
overbearing, protective mama.
Okay. How's she different from you?
How's she different from me?
Yeah.
She's not. I'm very protective of my baby, so yeah, I can relate.
I got it.
Relate
I got
to
it.
my character.
And D, what about you? What character are you playing? And I hear, by the way, I hear Satan's in the play.
Yeah. Satan's is in every Z Jones production play.
Okay.
We can always add the
And we, pardon the pun, not really the devil, but
Not really the
a
devil.
character that
But
is
an
Exactly.
awesome actor, Ishmael
Yeah.
Blue. He's
Okay.
really amazing.
He's phenomenal. He really is.
Awesome.
I'm playing the mailman, and I'm
You know what just popped in my mind.
yeah.
That's the mailman, baby.
Yeah,
That's the
something
one
like
thing.
that. Something like that.
Oh,
That right there.
Oh, is it really one of those situations?
That right there. And
That
so
baby don't look nothing like his daddy, but it look a lot like the mailman.
exactly. So that's what I'm playing, man. I see dysfunction and then I fix it.
Okay. And in real life, you're a preacher.
In real life, I am a preacher.
And I've known you for a long time. How does this, the character that you're playing, obviously that's kind of similar, you're seeing dysfunction and fixing it.
Yeah.
How does that gel with who you are as a person, and how did you find that character?
Zarek always give me interesting roles. He always give me the thug roles or the prison roles, but this time I got a real role where I'm not the thug, and I'm actually bringing some life to somebody instead of bringing down people into play.
Wow.
I'm actually bringing life, so I'm excited about that. That's who I am as an individual. I bring life, light into darkness. So that's who I am.
Lolita, I gotta ask you, as an actor, and as someone who's an actor as well, and has done it professionally, where do you find the inspiration to create? You've made some really great choices in roles, as I've seen over the years, in characters. Mm-hmm. Where do you find the inspiration to take those characters from the conventional to the phenomenal?
I think the idea of being able to escape oneself to create a character that can ultimately help someone else. So even if you learn something from everything that you do, and if you can reach someone else through something that you're saying on a stage, if the words coming out of your mouth can influence just one person in the audience, just one person, if they can see themselves in something that you're saying, then you're doing your job. It's like, that's amazing to see someone look at you on stage and go, wow,
that part,
I get it now. That part, it's a great feeling for people to sit and look at you and say, oh, you were so funny, or I really felt what you were doing and you were laughing, because you take it really serious. It's a job, it's a gift, it's a ministry, and you want people to believe in what it is you're doing.
And it's like planting the seed.
It's planting the seed of
that
hope.
will germinate.
Absolutely,
Absolutely. It's like one seed. That's what I think for me as an actor. Yeah. I finally figured out what it was I'm supposed to do, having done news and TV and hosting and acting. I'm a storyteller, right? And so hopefully the stories that I tell will plant seeds that little by little, I put a little bit out, then you come and water it, then you put some soil and fertilizer on it, then you get that good cow manure and put that on, whatever it takes.
And it heals the community, because you never know what message someone needs to help them get over that next hump in their life, or to endure something, to go through something. You never know, and it could very well happen in the theater. It can happen on stage. Yeah. It's possible. Yeah. So to be able to do that, and for people to feel and actually believe what you're saying, not to just see you pretending to be someone, but to become. Yes. And that's the difference between acting. You can't pretend to be a character. You have to actually become that person. Yeah. So it's really amazing. Now, you too, I don't know whether we're doing it here, but you can sing your butt off. Okay? A little bit. Now, you can sing. She's not I didn't say sing. I didn't say do solos. I'm all right. The girl can sing. I'm all right. So will we hear any of that in this production? Not in this production. I actually don't sing at all in this production, but Demetrius does sing. Demetrius does. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I get serenaded a little bit. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, so the mailman really is trying to be somebody dirty. The mailman delivers. Believe it. So I have to tell this funny story. Okay. We are Demetrius and I, and who were we with? I forgot the other guy's name. Remember the other guy we were with in the dressing room? Oh, at the Ritz. I can't remember. We were doing a show. Yeah, I remember at the Ritz, that, and so I had been on the show. I was a replacement. Okay. I always end up being a replacement for Christopher Williams. Though, for Christopher Williams, I was replacing Christopher Williams. Okay, but it's still a replacement. Okay.
and they wanted me to sing the solo. What solo was that? Is that the when I'm?
Nah, I don't.
Whatever Christopher Williams make good song is.
Right.
You're not finna set me up for that kind of thing.
Right.
They coming looking for Christopher Williams, and here come my behind out there.
No, I'm sure
Set
you
me
would
up
have
for
done
it.
fine.
You did a phenomenal job
See,
too, man.
I
You killed
know it.
You
But
killed
we were backstage, and we literally, I don't even remember the song, but we were like, gonna be on stage, hey, ha, gonna be on stage, ha, and we made up a whole song.
Yeah.
Thing
Oh my
was on like Facebook Live.
I would pay to see that.
20,000 views.
It was crazy.
Of us making up a song about going out to perform
man.
a show, and
I
we
bet
only
that was awesome.
had like one rehearsal.
But
we had
That's
one
awesome. Those are the
rehearsal.
best shows. Like,
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
gelled.
Yeah, it was good.
Everybody got along,
That
and
was
that's.
the
It seems like the cast here, you guys have become a family quickly.
Yeah.
How long have you been together in the rehearsal process?
since probably maybe
early this year.
yeah. Well, the show originally was supposed to have been in April. We've been together for a while.
December.
And we started like in December.
Okay.
December, January. So we've had enough time as a cast to
To
build
really
that
gel.
chemistry and gel and figure out what works on stage for one person and what doesn't work and what we need to do to fix it and to make it make sense. So
What does that mean? Let me ask you, Dee. What does it mean for you to have that kind of camaraderie? Because I know, having been in a lot of productions, and I got a friend right now. All of us know Tara.
yeah.
Tara's up in
New York.
killing it, and
Yep.
I think she's in the show right now. Ain't Misbehaving in Rhode Island.
Okay, cool.
She just got the reviews, and they panned the show.
Awesome.
They said
Yeah,
the show
Tara's
was
dope.
they were like, oh, show's horrible. The show was just a horrible show. But
Yep.
if not for her,
Yep.
they felt that Nell Carter.
Yeah.
They compared her. They were like,
Oh,
Nell
wow.
Carter is gonna rise up and come back.
That's awesome.
And so they gave Tara
Yay,
they said she
Tara.
saved the show.
Awesome.
Wow.
I can believe
That's
it.
big.
Tara's amazing.
But there are people who were around her in the show that it seems, and I'm not getting this from Tara because I don't like theater gossip,
I hate it.
but it seems that these people were like, well, I thought you were new to this, or I thought, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so,
Right.
but Tara still, as a pro, and I've had that happen to me
Right.
before when I've gone on movie sets or, show sets. People are like, well, this is the new guy coming in.
Right.
And, they have those little attitudes. And you and I we were like Black Nativity.
Yeah.
Remember when I came to
Yep.
replace the griot
Yep.
or
Yep.
something?
Yep.
And there was a little bit of animosity
Yep.
with some of the people. Not saying everybody. How does that work for you guys? What's your process of getting, like for me, I know I'm just focused on the light. I'm here, as you said earlier, do a job. I'm going to bring it. If we cool and we end up being
It's
good,
awesome.
we good.
Yeah.
And if we don't,
It's okay.
God bless you too.
Right.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
You know
what I mean?
So how do you get through that when you have cast members who may not be in that same space?
Fortunately, I haven't experienced that knowingly. Now, it may be taking place and I don't know it. I'm really the type of guy that just focuses on what I'm supposed to do. And unfortunately, I haven't been to all the rehearsals because I've been doing so many other things.
And you're a pastor.
Yeah, and in radio show hosts
All
and
of that,
So
yeah.
I've been doing a whole lot of things, but I've come in the last maybe month for the last few rehearsals, and the atmosphere, the energy is really beautiful. So everybody who's in this play, man, we're all congruent. We're on one accord. We have the same mindset, and that's to be the best we can be in this play. And I haven't felt any negativity at all.
Gotcha. But and not this show, because I can
Yeah.
tell this is a family. But other shows you've been in, though, have you had that experience?
I
And how
haven't
do you handle
experienced it, so
Haven't
I
experienced
can't really speak on it. I haven't experienced
That's a blessing.
I mean, this is actually my second place. I mean, no, I haven't experienced it either.
Cool. And I pray that you never do.
I've experienced it in life.
I pray it never
other
visits your
things.
doorstep.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, my sister sitting right here next to me. She's like, well, I pray that too. Because, it's not fun.
No.
Because what I was taught, acting is like falling backward into darkness. Because you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
Why I want to fall backward in darkness with the people I don't know if they're going to catch me or
Right.
not.
Absolutely.
Let's just be real.
Right.
You know?
But I think if people would approach it in any career that you choose, you have to always be a student first. And that comes with a sense of being humble. And I think if you can take that humility with the thought of being a student, you can learn something from everyone. It doesn't matter if they have 20 years in the game or 2 years in the game. You can learn something. And if you can take that mentality and that thought process and put that at the forefront of what you're doing, then you'll be fine.
And we all win.
And we all win.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's life in general too.
Yeah.
And it is. Y'all are preaching. Y'all are preaching.
Man.
Let me get background. Let's background if you could. I know, again, all of you, but if you can, professionally, what do you do? Tell me something about your life.
But like I stated, I mean, I'm a mother of two. I just started acting probably a year and a half ago. I just jumped in it, more so film than theater. It's very different.
How's the transition been for you?
It's been pretty good.
It's a learning curve. Yeah.
Got that blocking, down. But other than that, everything is good. I mean, I work full time, and I travel.
What kind of work do you do?
Oh, I'd rather not.
If you tell me, you got to kill me.
You don't want to know a stage name right now.
Are there polls involved? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Peaches,
So, Joe, this is a family show. It's a family show.
No polls, but another P to phones. But other than that, I mean, that's about it. I mean, I enjoy. Go ahead.
You're originally from
Jacksonville, Florida, born and raised.
Gotcha.
Yeah, born and raised. So
Cool.
that's about it.
Cool. I love it.
I'm a Reigns graduate. You know what I'm saying? Itchy Bond #1 all day, every day. Listen, I am.
Being that you're originally from Jacksonville.
Yeah. You know.
Well, that's what that means.
I am I'm a pastor. I'm a radio host.
Tell me about your radio show.
I have a show called Turn Up Radio Show. We specialize in, it's a Christian show, but you wouldn't know it unless you really listen to the music, because we just turn up the whole time. We have fun, and I just bring inspiration to people. You know what I mean?
Because this show's heard around the world, where online can we find your show?
You can find, if you go to turnupradio.com, you can find it, because we're about to go into syndication.
Nice.
So
Congratulations
we're working on
That's
that.
big.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm an entrepreneur. I have a trucking business. I have, of course, I'm a pastor. And most importantly, the titles that I hold the most dear to my heart is a father and a husband. And so
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah,
I knew you were going to say that.
That's most important. You know, I do a lot of work in the community, but that's my most important titles, and I love it very, very much. So excited, man. Just excited about being a part of this play, making it work, man, and just bringing life, laughter, and love to the people.
How'd you make that transition from preaching to acting? Not that it's a big transition, because
It really isn't.
Because some people get real theatrical and pulpit and things.
It really, but I've been acting all my life. I've been before I settled down with one woman, I've been lying all my life to women. So I figured, if I can make them believe me,
all of this mess that I'm spewing,
I can take this on the road. And so, man, that was really my mindset, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I could do that. So that's what really inspired me to go into acting.
I can see that, Demetrius. Right. Thank you for clearing that up.
Being honest. So, man, but I've always looked at TV.
I ain't been a preacher all my life.
Yeah, I ain't been a preacher all my life. Don't push me now. But I love acting, man. I love seeing art being performed at its highest peak. You know what I'm saying? Its highest apex. And I'm still a student, like she said. I'm still learning. I want to be one of the best. And I want to work with the best, so that's why I'm excited about working with this cast, because we have some amazing actresses and actors.
Phenomenal talent. And again, you can find the information on Facebook right now, Not In My House, on Facebook.com. Go in there, type it in if you're in the Jacksonville, Florida area. 7 p.m. on the 23rd of June is where you'll find the show. It's going to be, again, at the Florida Theater. Go on Ticketmaster and get your tickets right now.
Yep.
Lolita.
Okay, well, I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, and I moved here in 2001 to go to school here at Edward Waters College. And the way that I got into acting is, I don't know if you remember Jamie Bradford.
Yes.
I took her class, and Jamie Bradford, she said, I'm going to fail you if you don't go audition for this play. That's what happened.
That sounds like Jamie.
And that's how I got into it. So she sent me over to audition for Mama I Want to Sing, which is my very, very first production. And I got an A, but I did the work. I don't think it had all to do with the play. Yeah. But she did say, Lolita, I'm going to fail you if you don't. Get out of my face.
I use those kind of things all the time. So my students
little motivation. So that's how I got into theater, and it's just kind of, I feel like it kind of defines.
And what else in real life? And I say in real life, but like professionally.
Professionally, I have an educator background, so I taught at schools in DCPS for a little over 10 years. And now I'm just kind of trying to focus on what I feel my purpose and my passion is.
Which is entertaining through telling stories. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. And you have a famous member of your family. I hope you don't mind me saying.
I don't mind you saying my sister.
Your sister, who we absolutely love.
Algebra. Her name is Algebra Blessed. She's my oldest sister, and she's really, really awesome. She's
Grammy nominated.
She
performer?
has 3 Grammys.
She's Grammy award winning.
Yeah,
because she's a writer too.
She's a writer too.
Yeah.
She has 3 Grammys. She's really dope. She's an awesome person. She's working on new music right now. So I know a lot of people are waiting on that. So I've heard some of it, and it's really, really good. And I'm not just saying it because
she's
my sister.
And when
it's really good
because she's more than just like some people say. Oh, she's neo soul, or she's jazz, or she's R&B.
She's very diverse. She's all over the place. Yeah. She's really, really good, and she's worked with, from India Arie to Anthony Hamilton to Anthony David, Esperanza Spalding, and just so many people that I've had the pleasure of being able to be around and meet, and it's pretty cool.
I think it's interesting. I love music as someone who's as an artist. When I think about you and Algebra, I think about Jhené Aiko and Mila J. You could not find 2 of the more opposite people. Yeah. It's like Mila J's like, we smoke blunts. Right. And then Jhené's like, the universe has come. Like, wait a minute now. Y'all got totally the same different. Mama and daddy.
We are so totally different. It's like that's her world.
Yes.
And I know
not that you were like Mila J.
No, it's fine. No. I'm okay, but it's just like that's her world, and then for me to be able to go and visit her world is awesome. And then when she comes to my show,
which she does,
it's just like, oh my God, this is your world. So it's pretty cool to see the opposite.
And you can see that just like that whole Solange and Beyonce thing.
Yeah, we're totally different but the same.
But you can see Beyonce is really genuinely happy for her sister, and vice versa, and they don't compete. And if they can do something together, they do. And I wish we could find more of that in our communities as a whole.
Yeah, it would be pretty
especially
awesome.
when it comes to playwrights and actors. And speaking of playwrights, I see Zeric Jones walked in for a moment into the studio. Hey, Zeric.
Hey, how's it going?
We're spending more time with the cast because they got some good stories.
We have another cast that's waiting to come in whenever you get ready.
Oh, bring them in. Okay. We'll run through and get some more feedback. They're giving great information. So
definitely. Again,
the 23rd. Don't forget, go, not in my house, go on Facebook right now, Ticketmaster. You can buy your tickets. It's at the Florida Theater on June 23rd in Jacksonville, Florida. So if you're around the world, log on and get on somebody's plane to get to Jacksonville.
Yes.
So I want to ask, what is the most challenging aspect? And we'll start with you, Lolita, because you're kind of the veteran at this. What's the most challenging aspect of being an actor?
Veteran. I think...
And this show. I have to put that in, being an actor and this show.
Okay. Well, yes. This is my first production with Z Jones Productions. This is my first show. And I think the most challenging thing for me has been taking a character that is total opposite from anyone I know in my life. A lot of characters that I have played, I've been able to dig 7 years and find that emotion, or I know someone that acts like this person, and I can kind of, I can figure it out. But I think with this show, my character, there's not a woman on this earth that I know who is this person. So It's been very difficult for me, not difficult, but challenging for me to dig and create
something that you've had no experience with.
Something that I have zero. Yeah. I mean, not even with students and dealing with parents. I have never, ever, ever met someone like this person.
Wow.
So it was bring her to life and make her believable. Dig into her and make it happen. So it's difficult.
So little by little, I guess, building. Because one of the things I find, I know when I create characters, it's about layering.
Right.
And those you want to do layer by layer by layer,
right.
And then what I've also found out is that, and I have to ask. So Zeric is directing the show, right?
Right.
I gotta ask.
Okay.
How is Zeric on notes? Just be real. I mean, he's not gonna beat you up. He's gonna make sure Zeric's out of here. Everybody, how's Zeric? Because as an actor, and you guys can chime in. D, you can chime in, and we got some of the other cast members that are here as well. So we're looking forward to. We'll get you introduce yourselves in just a second. Notes wise though, because that's the one thing, like some directors, and you're a great actor and you've been doing this for a while, and I say that
I'm okay.
I say it, trust me, I've been in the game, and I don't take it when somebody says it about, if they say, I'm like, no, I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
but I always want my notes because that makes me better. things.
Yes.
So when I get a director that he was like, okay, you good. Like, I don't have to worry about you. Let me focus on those I have to worry about. Right. When I either hear that or I hear something from a director like, move to the left, get your blocking. Mm-hmm. Okay. I just want to just choke him.
Right.
So what say you on that?
I think with Zarek and giving notes, he's a little different. He's not a very conventional, traditional. He gives you room to create.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times with actors, if you're black and white, I need point A, point B, point C, point D, which helps a lot with developing your character. Okay. But when you have a director like Zarek, he gives you that room to create. He'll tell you what he wants. He'll give you a note and say, well, maybe, try it like this or try it like that. But he leaves that open space for you to see if this feels okay or see if that feels okay. So you have
to really, which is what acting is, you have to experiment.
You have to
try with him.
Yeah, absolutely. But he does give notes.
Good. That's the good part. And what do you guys say? Notes wise, you get.
Well, if he doesn't like something, he'll definitely let you know. Hey, can you move a little bit more?
Very soft spoken.
Right?
Not too much. Not too much.
But he's going to make sure he articulates that to you. So even though he gives us a lot of creativity, probably more than most, he's still going to let you know, no, that's not what I want.
And that was new for me because this is the first time I've had a director.
It's a little laid back.
With this laid back.
Yeah, because you've had Noble, haven't you?
I had Noble, Hall. It's
all
just,
of them.
Yeah, and it's just,
Noble directed, we were talking about Noble Lee Lester, who's a Broadway actor, phenomenal talent, awesome. Who's also directing now, and then Daryl Rubin Hall was Stage Aurora. I was in Daryl's first show, Miss Evers Boys. Yeah. So Noble was directing, and Daryl was on stage. Mm-hmm. That was quite interesting. Oh, yeah. To be on stage with the producer, right? And I had done that, so that wasn't intimidating. It was just the producer trying to not produce
and let
the director direct, and then all of us having. Everybody on the stage was a vet. There were no novices. We were all pros at what we did. So coming in and being able to hit it, and so it was just that dynamic. But it turned out to be an amazingly powerful show.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So we got the rest of our cast here. If you guys, you can step up and introduce yourselves as you're here, and we're gonna get some love for you. Just step up. We can pick you up and tell us who you are. You're all of our cast members. Quickly come in, and then this is the cast of Not in My House. Yes, go ahead. We can hear you right where you are.
My name is Melissa Case, and I play Lisa. I am the mom.
Lisa the mama. Okay.
Yes. Hey, I am Jen Weeks, and I play Stacy.
Hey, Jen, welcome to the experience.
Greetings. I am Teresa Smith, and I play Jordan. I'm the daughter.
Oh, Jordan should be an excited character. I must admit.
Greetings. I am not Teresa. I am Michael Wayne Thomas, and I play James Spencer.
Very nice.
What up, everybody? This is Dr. Harrison. My name is Karen Woodson. I'm playing Dr. Harrison.
Nice. And we're going to get some more details about those characters. And
hey, my name is Blue. I play the devil, and I'm an alcoholic, but I'm not
I just play one. All right, guys. We are going to talk to the cast again, Not in My House. Don't forget you can log on right now on Facebook, or you can look on the Rahman Experience website, get all of the details. We'll be back in just a moment as the Rahman Experience continues.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
The Rahman Experience continues. We are back with some more of the cast of Not in My House, and you were just telling me about some of the other characters in the show. So let's start out with Dr. Harrison. Tell me about the character. Who is she?
Dr. Harrison is a family counselor who's going to kind of do a twofold of counseling. She's going to do some marriage counseling as well as some family counseling. And she is a unconventional counselor Christian counselor, in that she doesn't just traditionally teach and beat them over the head with Christ, but she kind of hides it within some strategies and things of that nature that will help them to point them in the direction of Christ.
Gotcha. And your character, I'm assuming, and of course I want to talk to the child because that character is so bright, so cheery. But your character, tell me about your character, and quickly, so we'll know what does your character bring to the table?
Okay, so it's my house.
Ooh.
I'm mama.
And it ain't happening in my house.
It's not happening.
I can't have nobody can have
That's
none.
right. And so
Yes.
I am the no-nonsense mom
Yeah.
who has raised my daughter. She is turning 20 years old, and so for a long time, it's just been the two of us. And
Who's her daddy? It's the mailman, baby, ain't it?
you know, some things happened earlier in my life, and
I love it.
we don't know who her father is,
but you raising her right.
But I am.
There you go.
And so
There you go.
I am pursuing a career as an artist, and I am just trying to figure out how to raise this adult daughter of mine.
Yes.
Very different viewpoint of parenting than raising a child.
Yeah. How about you, your character?
I
Tell me.
play Stacy. Stacy is friends with Lisa and Janae. And I'm just the
No nonsense friend.
No nonsense
Okay.
homegirl that's just gonna call it like it is. And I'm looking for a man at all times. all times. Yeah. Be ye also ready.
Be ye also ready. Did you just put the Bible in the?
Because I am. Okay, I'm looking for Boaz.
What is that? Boaz, the broken, the whole ass, and all. Lead up to the just boy. Okay. I got you. How about Michael, your character?
Well, I play James. What's my character's last name? Spencer. Okay, I did say Spencer. That's right.
He sound rich.
I play a music mogul, former street pharmaceutical sales representative from back in the day, and now I am a sharp-dressing, sharp-talking movie producer that wants to be a record producer.
Okay.
So I find a songbird that I think I can mold and shape into what I need her to be. So therefore, she can be what I need her to be. If you know what I mean.
So basically, you just pimping in a different way, right? Is that what you, I'm just saying because that's what you're saying. Okay. And your character?
Oh yes, I am Jordan.
How old? I gotta ask. How old is Jordan?
Jordan, I just turned 20.
20. Okay, so she's bright and.
Jordan is not bright. Jordan is the total opposite of bright.
Okay.
So Jordan's really trying to figure the world out. Jordan has some self-esteem issues, self-acceptance issues, and she looks for love in all the wrong places.
Ooh.
And she takes it upon herself to actually fix people when she sees that they're doing wrong. Okay. And she tries to take that into her own hands. And with that, she is broken, and she doesn't even know that she's broken. And therefore, since you don't realize that you're broken, that you have issues, how can you be fixed?
So you're finding that space.
I'm finding that space and figuring it out, and I'm trying to actually make sense of the world and
Ooh.
everything within.
And while you're trying to make sense, enter Satan.
Yes, he
That transitions us to one of the last characters here. So Ishmael Blue, Satan, how do you... This is a character that everybody knows, so regardless of how it's written, how it is, everybody knows and expects something different from Satan. And I have to say, have you guys seen, what's that show on Lucifer? On Fox. Mm-hmm. It's a completely different take on who Satan is and how he got to be Satan. Kind of like Wicked is a take on how the Wicked Witch got to be Wicked. Tell me about your Satan and how you developed that character.
Is this PG-13?
This is. We have the beat, but I would prefer you keep it PG-13 because this is a family show, right, Zarek? Your show, yeah. Okay. The Walmart version,
Just like the devil.
Just like the devil.
Just like the devil.
We want the Target version.
I play the devil. I'm rude. I'm obnoxious. I don't care about people's feelings, and I use no filter. And I'm Jordan's father, by the way.
What? That's a twist. That came out.
Maybe we can just show up and see the play.
But no,
how did you find that? Like, creating characters? That's what we talked about as well. Like creating characters is such unique, and we'll get around to all of you. And jump in, guys, if you have something to add. Okay. How did you create that character?
Zarek, apparently, when he wrote the script, he had me in mind. I don't know why. I read it, and I've always been accustomed and taught that the devil is evil. He's bad. He's wicked. So I had a conversation with Zarek one day, and I was like, I don't think I can play this character. And he messed around and gave me 100% artistic freedom, and that's how that started.
I love it. He said he messed around.
Maybe you are.
That was your mistake right there, right?
So those horns aren't real?
Wait, so you're a devil. And I'm looking forward to see the show. Again, reminder, the show is going to be on June 23rd. Mm-hmm. Your character has horns. Are you doing the traditional looking?
I don't know, because each season we get a bump in budget. So
so you may
have horns.
A sin from a puff of smoke.
I might have one or two horns.
One thing I can say, each time that he's played Satan, he comes differently.
Okay.
You don't expect, and he goes all in.
And when you're on stage, you have to be. You have to pay attention, because we know when he's supposed to come out.
Right.
But if he gets a feeling to come out,
which is great acting, to feel where you are in the role.
You have to know that, okay, the devil's out, I better freeze, and I can't laugh, because he will touch you, he will tickle your nose, he will smell your feet, he will do all
and he will stay in character as you're over there laughing.
He'll do something to throw you out.
I actually get a kick out of that. I come on stage or something that's not rehearsed, I just go out there. And they're trying to stay in the character, and I'm doing everything to make them laugh. I've had a few breakdown over the years.
The devil follows no rules. None. No rules. He don't need a script, nothing.
The thief cometh not, but to steal, kill, and destroy your lines. I got it. Zarek, let me ask you, as a playwright, how did you get inspired to create this piece of artistry?
Honestly, God just dropped it in my lap.
One of those moments.
A lot of times I learn or I write based on things I've seen, I've witnessed, or I've experienced. One of the three. And so because we experience those things, we could definitely write about it. We can talk about it. But more importantly, get some type of resolutions. Everybody goes through those problems in some shape, form, or fashion. And to be able to have a gifted, crafty group of individuals who can play any role, it makes it easier for me. And so I just write based on what I see.
And what's in your spirit, which is a good thing. A lot of us don't live in our passion and in our spirit. So to be able to have that freedom to do that means the world. Tell me your backgrounds. What are some? I'm sure some of you had some really unique backgrounds and your acting experience. I'd love to know. Some of you I know, some are new friends. I consider everybody that comes on the Rahman Experience a friend. So tell me your background or what you do in real life. And I say in real life because even as actors, we still got to pay the bills between shows. So y'all see I'm over here teaching at the Edward Waters College. Hello, somebody.
That's a good word.
So tell me your background and what do you do besides acting?
Well, I actually teach theater at William Senior High School. Yeah. And I've been teaching for a numerous amount of years.
Cool.
Anybody else? Don't all speak.
And you've done 4 plays. Yeah, don't all speak at one time on the show. Dead Air is good. No, the play is, you've done how many plays now?
This is my 12th play.
12th. Gotcha. I remember your first one. Remember when we read at the house?
Right.
And I came over for the reading?
Right.
And your wife cooked all that good food?
Yes, she did.
Tell her bring some more. And full disclosure, your wife and I went to junior high school together.
Absolutely.
10 years ago when we graduated from high school. Yes.
And his wife.
We're going to spread that. No, you spread it.
10 years ago.
You spread it. So people will believe it. You say it over and over enough. I did not collude. I did not. People believe it. Okay.
Well, I have been, my full-time job, I work for a pension company. I've been there almost 20 years.
Jesus.
And I also do stand-up comedy. I've been doing that for 8 years.
Nice.
And I did my first play ever was at church, and then I kind of got into theater.
Transitioned. Good stuff.
I am also an educator. I teach language arts for 6th graders. Y'all pray my strength. these next 62 days are going to be beautiful because I don't have to go to work. But my passion is really performing. I love to be on stage. I am working on my first album to be released this fall.
Congratulations.
So that is really what I believe that I am here to do, is to perform and be an entertainer and an artist. So I'm starting rather late, but I am really excited about it.
Yeah, better late than never. That's cliche, but it's so true.
I am 16. That's great. And I graduated 10 years
There
ago.
you go. We just going. See, we're on the same page. You just keep saying it, they'll believe it. There is no collusion.
So my full-time job, I work for Junior Achievement. I work for a funeral home as well. And I run the after-school program at Paxton School for Advanced Studies and a tutor. But I started doing this as a passion as well. It's a ministry to be able to minister to people, to allow them to be able to agree with you, to disagree with you, but to get the emotions from you, and for you to embody something that is not like your character, not like you, and to be able to empower people. And that's what it is, for people to be able to leave differently than when they came. That is a passion, and it's something I really love doing.
Awesome.
Preach.
Yes, she did. She preached, and she does it. I thought, remember that old scene from In Living Color with the Jamaican with 22 jobs? Oh, you only got 3 jobs? You only got 3 jobs? She's like, I work at the school, and I bury the dead. I was waiting for you to say I'm an OBGYN, so I birthed the babies. Whatever they do. From the rooter to the tutor, I take care of it all. Right, bring it in, take it out. There it is. Michael Wayne.
Well, I am a retired train engineer, which a lot of people don't know. I worked for Amtrak for several years, and was able to retire early, and that afforded me the capabilities to be able to act full time and to be able to travel the country and do what I love to do, which is acting. I've done numerous TV shows. Few plays. I'm not big on plays, only because I don't need the instant gratification. I mean, that's not my thing. Just to be honest with everybody, I'd rather do it, worry about it later when it comes out. The instant gratification, because if they don't clap or they don't laugh, that means I suck.
But it might not even be you. Maybe they're having a bad night.
That's really messing with my ego. So I'm like, okay, what if they don't clap? What if they don't? So I'd rather take a few months and then do it. But yeah, so this is what I love to do. I've done 4 plays now with Zurich.
Nice.
And I know earlier we talked about his directing style. And I like his directing style because he allows the actors to act and be creative. He knows what he's written, but he still will allow you to bring the character to life. And that really works for me.
I love it.
This is Karen, and I'm playing Dr. Harrison. And my full-time job is I've been employed with the Bethel Church for more than 20 years. I guess kind of operated in every aspect of the church. I'm also an elder at the church, so having the role of Dr. Harrison, I think, was just written for me, because even my preaching style or my ministry style is unconventional. I try to get outside of the box. So theater is not anything that I pursue for a living. I do it because it's an opportunity to shine my light in places where some people might need to see the light. So I enjoy it for that reason. I'm so glad, because I'm probably one of the newer ones with Zarek. This is only my 2nd production with him, and I'm delighted that he's given me this opportunity and this platform in order to share the gospel.
Amazing. It's on you, Mr. Blue Sir. We want to know about you, your background.
I started out acting in 1998. I went on my first audition for Safe Harbor, which was filmed here in Jacksonville with Rue McClanahan and Orlando Brown. Made a couple callbacks, but I lost it at the end. and I was a little bummed for that, so I decided to do modeling, which was very lucrative for me. I traveled the world, worked with a lot of people, and then eventually I came back to acting in about 2005 or 6. And I've always done film or commercial, but I had a passion for theater. I just didn't know how to go about getting into it. I ran into Darryl Rubenhall, who was the creator and founder of Stage Aurora, and he taught me everything I knew about doing plays in theater, which is very appreciative. So I've done a lot of plays. I think I like theater more because I like that live audience. I like making people who come to see our shows forget about whatever problems they're going through, just to laugh for 30 or an hour and a half, and then my work is done. And I like 2-for-1s at Applebee's.
Don't we all like those kind of things? I look at here. So I got to ask you, as we wind down, and we've had just a great experience with the cast, and we're looking forward to joining you guys at the show. Again, you can get tickets at Ticketmaster, log on to Facebook or your social media, but put in Not In My House, put it in. It's on the 23rd of June at 8 o'clock p.m. at the Florida Theater in Jacksonville, Florida. In downtown Jacksonville. So it's a great time. You can go and maybe have a dinner or something and go and check the show out in the evening. Is there something that stands out, like any of the cast members? What is the any behind the scenes fun stuff that's happened in rehearsal or something we should be looking forward to when it comes to the show? I know it's always those little moments that, as someone who's done this professionally and continue to do it, there are these moments that you would never imagine that happen. Those are the fun things people want to know about.
In our earlier years, we were off the chain. It's just with jokes, good chemistry with everybody. Yeah. We crack a lot of jokes. I probably joke too much, but
you're the devil. That's your job. And play, of course, obviously.
I guess the big thing is finding out who Jordan's dad is.
Yeah.
Y'all not gonna get up here on the stage and tell my business.
Oh man,
that's what we doing.
And I love how you guys are really a family and have embodied the characters. Yeah, I want to go around and ask if there's one word you can use to sum up what the play is for you specifically. Let's start with you. One word. I know it's a big one.
Unexpected.
Oh, okay.
Exciting.
Okay. We'll put you in there since we usually put you last, Blue.
Satanic.
Satan would say satanic. Only from your perspective. Yes, ma'am.
Reconstructing.
Okay.
Enjoyable.
Okay. And the playwright himself, Zarek, what do you say? How do you sum it up?
Transformational.
All of those things. So you can find this reconstructive, transformational, satanic, exciting experience at the Florida Theater. It will be again on the 23rd of June. Z Jones Productions. Also follow the Facebook page and all the social media and all that stuff. So because this obviously won't be your last show. This will be, there are others. What's in the pipeline? We were about to wind down, but what's in the pipeline coming up?
As far
as what you're writing, not what's being produced. Any of that stuff you're writing?
To be honest with you, I take it play by.
So right now you're just focused on
because
the house.
I actually had a season of writing, and so I have different stage plays
to still pull from
plays I could be able to pull from and just edit.
Yeah.
And so I got about 3 or 4 of them that's sitting on the back burner.
Very nice.
I'm definitely thinking about. And so the great thing about it is I got a great cast.
It is amazing. I mean, and I can tell you gel. I can tell you all gel. That's the most important thing about acting. I gotta ask, since we have a comedian in the group, can I get a little jokey joke, a little piece of set? I mean, you knew it was coming. Like I was gonna ask, because we are looking forward to your recording. We got my sister here. We're gonna get her music. Maybe we can get a comedy album from you.
I really got no jokes. I'm just in the play. I feel like I'm being myself. Because I'm single in play. I'm single in real life. Like I'm so single, I wear men's deodorant. So when I lift my arms, I feel like I got a good man.
You see, that's why I never talked again.
Yeah, that was a good one. You just slid that with it. That was real smooth. That was real smooth.
Yes.
Oh my word. You have got to come back. All of you have got to come back. But you got to come and sit in on the show with us, okay? Just come and just talk and share your wisdom. Guys, you have been, again, this is going to be an amazing show. We look forward to it. We're going to give away some tickets, probably buy some tickets and give them away on WEWC Radio as well. But thank you for being a part of the Rahman Experience. Again, you can watch or be a part of, because it's not just something you sit in the audience and watch. From my understanding and having sat in a couple of rehearsals, it's really like the experience, something that you are all involved in from the audience.
Occasionally, I like to break the fourth wall and include the audience sometimes. I know it's a no-no, but
I love those shows. Love those shows. Satan has no rules. There it is. Well, thank you guys for stopping by the Rahman Experience, and we'll be right back.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
A few years ago, in tribute to Robin Williams after his suicide, cee-lo Green wrote the song Robin Williams to talk about mental illness, mental health, and remembering those we lost. Right now, we pause for a moment to remember Kate Spade. Here's cee-lo Green and Robin Williams.
Oh, what a night, tears in my eyes, staring up at the sky in disbelief. I've got a voice in my head, guess what it said? All we really need is some comic relief. But I'm afraid of not being able to laugh anymore. Oh, what's life going to become once we don't have any more heroes? We don't know what the next man's going through. Wish I could say it in a plainer way. I said we don't know. Life reminds me of Robin Williams. We've got to laugh the pain away. We don't know what the next man's going through. Wish I could say it in a plainer way. I said we don't know. Life reminds me of Robin Williams. We've got to laugh the pain away. She knew you and me better than we knew ourselves, and we all listened to Richard Pryor. Yeah, they don't make Philip Seymour Hoffmans often. Now he's one of the things we lost in the fire. Lord, yes. Now I'm afraid of not being able to laugh anymore. Oh, what's life going to become once we don't have any more heroes? We don't know what the next man's going through. Wish I could say it in a plainer way. I said we don't know. Life reminds me of Robin Williams. We've got to laugh the pain away. We don't know what the next man's going through. Wish I could say it in a plainer way. I said we don't know. Life reminds me of Robin Williams. We've got to laugh the pain away. It's funny, can you hear me? Bernie, can you hear me? We don't know what the next man's going through. I said we don't know. Life reminds me of Robin Williams. We don't know what the next man's going through. Wish I could say it in a plainer way. I said we don't know. Life reminds me of Robin Williams. We've got to laugh the pain away. Phil Hartman, can you hear me? Ooh, yes. Robin, can you hear me?
Yeah, indeed, it is a powerful song. When I first heard it, it just took me there, and it reminds me that sometimes you never know what's going on in people's lives. And if you know someone that's having issues, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Not hotline, but really lifeline, so that you can understand how to be there for someone else in their time of need. 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-8255. Or you can log on to suicidepreventionlifeline.org. It just could be your way of helping someone else find their best life. And that's the way you can live your best life. Well, thank you so much for everyone who logged on to be a part of the Rahman Experience this week. Thank you so much, Andy Francois, for producing our segment with the Not In My House cast, to Tobias Green, Hayden Cummings, of course, our senior producer, and everyone else who comes together to make the Rahman Experience possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget, you can log on to Twitter and Instagram at RahmanJ, or on Facebook at RahmanJFans, Facebook.com/RahmanJFans, or give me a call, 540-RAHMAN-7. All right? I thank you so much. And remember, don't take no from somebody who doesn't have the authority to tell you yes. Go on, get a move on, and make the rest of the day absolutely amazing. Know that I love you. I'll see you next week on the Rahman Experience. The Rahman Experience.
It's a brand new experience, a brand new time, a brand new way to do it. Hey, yeah, it's all mine. I'm the one telling stories you thought couldn't be told. I'm the one that bring you in your when you shaking from the cold. I'm the one always out front, yeah, trying something new. I'm the one that's gonna deliver when they ask what it do. Politics, entertainment, and science for the news. Keeping you on the level with the stuff you can use. DJ Kids on the beat, and Ross got the track. It's the Rahman Experience.